Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan, and we're talking Buffalo Bills at the New York, New Jersey Jets. And, anybody who follows the draft really is going to enjoy watching this game. We're seeing second-year quarterbacks in Sam Darnold and Josh Allen going against each other, and either one of these quarterbacks was talked about as the possible number one overall pick throughout the pre-draft process before last season's draft. So, yeah, this is going to be fun, all right? Their development, their everything is going to be tied to each other for the rest of their careers, especially because they got drafted in the same division. This is awesome, all right? Absolutely awesome. Both teams had a lot of changes in the offseason. The Bills focused a lot on their offense because, well, they needed to. It was terrible. And the Jets kind of all over the place, all right? They got Mosley in for that defense, which they needed. They had nobody at linebacker. And both teams drafted defensive tackles to help the defensive front. The Jets actually more recently have addressed the offensive line with the unretirement of Mr. Khalil, addressing their biggest hole in the offseason, which was shockingly not addressed to that point. The middle of their offensive line was absolutely atrocious last year. So, had Khalil not come out of retirement, I would have said Bills all day, simply because of pressure up the middle, punching Sam Darnold in the mouth, and young quarterbacks not doing well with that kind of pressure ever. Darnold can't move like Allen can, all right? So that's what I would have said. Now Khalil comes out of retirement, all of a sudden these teams are a little more even, and starts to lean towards the Jets. All right, they got Le'Veon Bell, they have an improved offensive line, they have an improved defense, and you're assuming that Sam Darnold is going to be better than he was last year. This is one of the more interesting games because you're relying on development of quarterbacks to improve both teams. Both teams think it's possible that they can do some damage in the league very, very soon because Tom Brady will eventually retire one day. All right? One day. Someday. Maybe soon. Brady will be irrelevant. So these two teams are looking, and they're primed to take over the division. But it's almost sad. You're going to have one team that would have been atop the division for over a decade, and now it's getting replaced by actual competition. It's going to be fun to watch, but, you know, they were hoping to dominate a division for 10 years like Brady did. And it isn't going to happen because they're developing at the same time. I still think the edge goes to Buffalo. I only think the edge goes to Buffalo because of continuity. Adam Gase is in his first year. Sean McDermott's in his third year. Okay? That team just has a better handle on what they're going to do come Sunday than the Jets do. Le'Veon Bell's still a question mark coming out of his year off from football. And Khalil, he was fantastic, but he's older and he retired. So a guy coming out of retirement is the best thing you can do to fix the absolute worst part of your team. That's still not enough in my mind, okay? Both defenses are going to be fantastic. They're led by people that really know what they're doing. They're both extremely talented. I just think that the Bills have it on them by a bit, just a hair, because of that coaching continuity. So I have the Bills winning this, just barely. That might not be the case late in the season once there's more continuity in that system. Once they get deeper in the season, they're going to know what the hell they're doing with Adam Gase's system. Just not yet. I'm sorry, Jets fans, but it's not going to be fun early in the year. I'm projecting the Jets to do much better later. We'll talk about that as the season goes on.